finding coal and iron, gold and what can be found. Sooner or later creepers come my way. I never find that diamond anyway. So my tools keep on breaking away.
Hey everybody. 2 videos without a week in between them. How crazy is that? So, you can see my cobblestone generator here is gone. I know how to build it anywhere I want it, so I figured I'd harvest it for parts. And let me pop on down here. I guess I'll go here first. So, as you can see, I have mirrored the original build that I made. I'm not sure how far I went originally. I think I went this far to where I had 6 lights before. But yeah, I did all this off camera because it involved a lot of digging and a lot of replication of things that you already saw me do. The kind of unique thing is the way that this is all wired up here. So the pistons in the middle are both the quickfire pistons based off of the pulse emitter. And the pistons on the outside are the slower ones. And I just put an inverter here to send the signal on that way. So I'm actually not going to keep it like this, but I will show you real quick. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, I realized after talking with my buddy Michael that basically I just blindly mirrored everything, but in actuality I could cut my redstone and piston usage in half here by just playing off of the block push limit for pistons, whatever it is. It's like 12. I think it's 12. Someone will correct me in the comments. And that way I can do 2 sets of lights at once instead of 1 per set here. And that'll save me a lot of supplies. But I just wanted to show this to you before I did that. So the reason I continued on doing it this way is, 1, I didn't think of that when I was doing it, and 2, I've kind of got like that module thing on the brain. So I was thinking about each of these as being, you know, a set of 3 lights as module, 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 module. So I'm going to redo that and rescue some of these pistons that won't be needed. So I'll be able to do double what you see here with the same amount of pistons. So now, let me tear this down real quick. Here we go. And I'm going to pop downstairs and show you what I did down there. So I raised the floor in here a little bit because there's no reason for it to be unnecessarily deep. Still got my switch here. And here's the room. So as you can see, I have extended it. So I now have 2 new platforms here. Nothing particularly interesting that happened, so it was mostly digging. You guys didn't miss anything. And you can see I also have my mushroom seeds installed. Here they are. And I'm learning that even in complete darkness, mushrooms take forever to grow. So they work. I have witnessed a single mushroom growing based off of the seeded mushrooms here. So I know that it works. It just, boy, does it take a long time. So I don't think I'm going to add any more platforms yet until I work out how I'm going to do the canal system and the flushing system, which is going to be interesting. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, and it might be a little bit surprising, but you'll understand why once I explain it. And that's it. So I didn't do much of anything else off camera, and I tried to not do anything too terribly interesting off camera, other than obviously all this redstone stuff. But I'm going to tear it down anyway, so you guys are going to be more up to date than what I did off camera. All right. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get to that now. So either cue the montage or cue the camera wipe. See you in a minute. All right, so that does it, I think. Yeah, and all it's left to find out is if this is running too long and if I need a repeater there, but it'd be easy to find out. So let's do this, and I got rid of my switches, so I'm going to grab a switch, and we'll turn this sucker on. Uh-oh. Okay. I think it works. Looks like it works. Let me make sure here one more time. Everybody move. Yes, they did. So there you go. Cut my piston usage in half and managed to salvage a lot of redstone. So I'm going to hook that back up, and we're going to see what it looks like downstairs. All right, here we go. Awesome. Works great. And very cost effective, which I like. So, yeah, so that's even better, once again, than sticky pistons, because really, you can't duplicate this with sticky pistons. With the sticky piston method, you would have to use at least one sticky piston per light. But in this case, we can get away with just using 2 regular pistons per light, or per 2 lights. So really, we're using 1 regular piston per light. Could hypothetically maybe do 3. I'm not sure, though. We'll be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably not enough leeway to do 3 lights per set, but basically we're looking at 1 piston per light, which is cheaper than sticky pistons because slimes are so hard to find. And the only way I know of to find them is either by accident or to use the method that Etho used. But for me, I kind of consider that like cheating because it just tells you exactly where they are. But on the other hand, you could say it's justified because they're so ridiculously hard to find that it's not really fair. So anyway, so that solves a little light stuff for now. The next problem is to do either the flushing mechanism so that we can flush all of our mushrooms out of the dark room without entering it, or the collection system, which also involves the other half of getting the mushrooms out of there, because just flushing them off the platform doesn't do too much if they're just going to sit in the canals. Now, I am going to actually go... I think we need to investigate the canal system first, because if my idea doesn't work, then this whole thing is a waste and won't work. So, what I was thinking is... I'm going to light this up a little bit more. It's a bit dim in here. Normally what you'll have, and I'm undecided by the way as to whether or not I'm going to use signs or pressure plates or what. I think there's another method that I'm not acquainted with. Once again, I think it was by Etho, of using stairs maybe. You get a continuous water flow. But anyway, I'm just going to pretend that we put signs here to stop the water. I was thinking that I could have these canals that go off underneath the platforms, so the water will hit the signs and then go that way and that way. None of the mobs will fit through there. If I extend this a bit further to simulate. And the currents, maybe, hopefully, would carry the mushrooms off into these special sort of drop zones that would be underneath and would all kind of form up together to create the collection point, or meet up at the collection point. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to test it out. So I'm going to get some signs and some water and start trying to build this. If that doesn't work, the whole thing is either a bust or I'm going to need a better idea. Okay, I've got my signs here and my drainage holes there. So I'm going to throw some water in here. We're going to see what it does. Ooh, it looks like it works. The only hitch might be, if I remember right, I think this time it was Kershaw a while back showed that items don't always travel in the currents because of some kind of southwest rule thing. But it might not be the end of the world. So I'm going to do one there, one here. Let's see what they do. They both work. They both went off that way and that way. So as long as that works, I'll have to try some different angles. I'll have to try, let's see, here and here. Once again, we'll throw some extra light in here. And I think I'm going to have my water flowing this way, so the only other possibility would be here and here, because I won't ever have any water flowing that direction. So I'm going to whip up a couple more signs and then we'll test that out. Make sure that it works in all these cases. Okay, so I have all of them set up. They all look like they work, but looks can be deceiving, especially in Minecraft. So I'm going to test this out. One there and one there. Yes. And yes. So those both work. And just gotta try the last one out. Yep. And yep. Cool. So they both work. So either this is different from what I saw before, or it just so happens that I have my canals in my room oriented correctly, so that it will work. So yeah, and then that will all sync up to a collection point. Oh, there we go. See, proof. It does work. Just takes a million years. My thinking on all of this was that, according to stuff that I'd read, mushrooms were supposed to grow extremely quickly in the darker it is. I said that weird. The darker it is, the faster they grow. That's what I meant to say. Didn't quite experience that in my testing. In fact, this is the fastest I've ever seen a mushroom grow. But, well, we'll just see how things go. Alright. So the next thing to do then would be to just figure out, I guess I'm going to have another maintenance area down below here, underneath of these, so that I have somewhere for the mushrooms to actually drop to. And of course set up all my canals for real, and then we will be good to go. And I may have to build another collector. I'm not sure if I want to use that same one or not. I probably really won't need it because I'm going to use a lava blade again, and that seems to pretty much kill everything that comes out of the dark room without fail. So there's really no need for the collector unless I'm going to start sending farm animals down the chute, and I don't think I'm going to do that because I really don't have a whole lot of need for farm animal items. So let's see.
Talking about Minecraft, talking about Minecraft.